Luis Buñuel, Images. Who are you, Luis Buñuel? The one that I did not always understood, the one who enchanted me, the one who like no other built a bridge to other art forms, the one who showed me pictures. Somehow you were at that time that for me what Elizabeth is for me today. You were the high priest of images. 1977, I was 12 years old. The movies of Luis Buñuel always had something mysterious, something magical, like a magic trick, aware that it's a trick, but never wanting to learn this. If I make no mistake, I saw a Cheyenne Andalou and L'Âge d'Or very early. 2 images. The man who absolutely must crush the beetle, and Jesus, as he pulls the woman back into the house, her cries. Images. A myriad of images, often not understood, because they were not to understood, should not be understood. It took me some time to understand this. The strength of the images, the sadness, melancholy, all the feelings, often just one picture more telling than epic movies, endless novels. The man who inquires about the age of the daughter, much inside me. Time and again women, moral, church, bourgeoisie, sexuality, images, confusion, when the pastor turns the mattress. He's not to grasp, like a dream is not to grasp. You only can dream him. Him to dream is the only thing which makes sense. Sense in the senselessness, amazed at the amazing. But also then the search for lucidity, a lucid message. Too much to ask for at this time. Saura was much more lucid, more compelling. Both I understood really only when I got the eye for the paintings, Stuttgart, Magritte and De Chirico. To discover that there seems to be something that displays itself not as simple, not as predictable is as the movies at the normal time. Something mysterious, something that arouses curiosity, a desire awakens, as the young girl. The last movie was disappointing. Terry Gilliam, Reality. Who are you, Terry Gilliam? Monty, of course. The corresponding movies, of course. But actually, there are also only 2 movies that have stuck me immediately under spell. Also you, I have lost afterwards. 1985, I was 20 years old. 1995, I was 30 years old. The movies of Terry Gilliam always had something incisive in itself. These 2 are on my mind to the present day. Brazil. Gilliam says he wanted to make a film in which the happy ending is that someone becomes crazy. What a silly idea. What an arrogance. It's like to stand in front of Sam Laurie in his chair and to spit him in his face. He lost. He's defeated. He smiles only because he does not know it. But can this be a consolation? Then each drug in this world would be a consolation for this world. And the more destructive the drug would be, the more comforting it would be. Lie to me. When I saw the movie for the first time and was completely thrilled until the end. When Sam Laurie is rescued and I unbelieving stared at the pictures, worse than Blade Runner. And then Sam Laurie's face. At that moment I was kneeling in front of him. I was fallen for his tricks completely. Not a second had doubted that the escape was real. So many films I had seen, the most incredible turnarounds. But him I felt for his tricks. And then the disappointment. Did this not mean that the system had won? That everything was as always? Had worked perfectly, so as to the pits, as if engineers are thinking about how they can make gas chambers and crematoria more effective, to increase performance. Just as the Jews lined up in a long row in front of the pit already half filled with bodies, not all dead, and wait until they are shot also, so that the next can move up. I've never understood this. I would be running away, just running. What can they still do then to shoot me? I regret you so much, Sam Laurie. In you, I see so much pain and suffering. Of you, I have so indescribable fear. 12 Monkeys. The question of the reality, of the delusion. I felt the film incredible. Right when Cole believes now to know that 1996 is real and 2035 the delusion. When he comes to the conclusion that he only have to overcome the delusion, then he is able to leave the nightmare 2035 behind. He gets the proof that 2035 is his reality. One of the most harrowing scenes with an impressive Bruce Willis that I know. I suffered with him, could understand him, share his pain. Had he wished it yet, so that the nightmare only delusion, the delusion not real is. And now, what does it mean to realize that the nightmare is real? Cole wants to see the ocean, which he has never seen. Only one time, at least. The end. To see as you become shot dead. From the beginning, Cole has this image inside. Davis travels into the past not for the first time. Infinite loop. Again and again the same. Inevitably. He will again and again, again and again, again and again see how he is shot, dies. Also kind of immortality. I would have granted it Cole so much to see the ocean, at least one time. Michael Cimino, Vastness. Who are you, Michael Cimino? You are the one whom I do not know. 1980, I was 15 years old. The movies of Michael Cimino always had something. What movies? Only 2 movies. But these have left their mark. 2 movies only, and yet he's one of the most important directors for me. And by that I mean for me, not to want to make any general statement. It should be clear that I consider statements that claim a universality in terms of art for mischief. 2 films thus. The Deer Hunter. It's the end of the movie, when the hunter trains the gun on and can no longer pull the trigger. I think it's for me the most harrowing picture of how disintegrated a human can be. And yet it does not matter why the person is broken, it only matters that he is broken. I do not like everything about this movie, but it shows relentlessly how humans break, will be destroyed, especially when they come back seemingly unharmed. Externally, internally, no longer are. When I look at the end of the movie in the eyes of the game and close mine, this image never gone out of my mind. It has accompanied me and will accompany me. And I want to go to it, to touch it, as if I want to see if it really is. And then to look after it when it, at a slow pace, becomes one with the forest, and only its tracks in the snow reveal that it was there. I'm sitting in the snow, leaning against a tree, and wait until it snows, and I'm drowning in the snow. Heaven's Gate. Soldiers coped up into a small cage, up to the neck in water, always near drowning. The endless vastness of the West, the shepherd bound to a wagon wheel, shot dead by passing by, irrelevant in an endless vastness. Heaven's Gate always had something of to be lost, lost in an ocean, lost in a prairie, till to the horizon not a single person, nothing human, only nature, till man bursts in and violence and destruction follows. Violence as a stupid, senseless act, Heaven's Gate and Old Man's McCabe and Mrs. Miller. When the young man is shot on the bridge for fun, McCabe freezes to death at the end, drowns in snow. Peckinpah, why I want to live in this country. Isabelle Huppert. I do not like her late movies. The Lace Maker, Lady of the Camellias, and especially Heaven's Gate. Never she was more beautiful, never she seemed more suitable cast to me. The Law of the Jungle, the law of the one who can afford to buy complacent helpers that will do anything for him as long as they are well paid for it. Even such an American dream, even such an American icon. Thank you for listening.